We've been told to start a speech with an attention-grabbing statement. I'll share a secret with you, but don't tell anyone. My Wi-Fi password is password 123. In the rest of this video, you will learn 3 reasons to use humor and 3 techniques to inject humor into your presentation. The first reason to use humor is connection. When you're saying something that people laugh at or smile at with you, it creates a common shared experience. And you're going from being this distant expert speaker up on stage into being a fellow human being, which is much more relatable, likable, and it helps create rapport and trust with your audience. The second reason to use humor is for memorability. You may be sharing a point, a fact, and the audience will forget. But if it's a humorous story, a funny story, or a humorous statement, they're more likely to remember. It's much more sticky and will remain much longer in their mind. And also through humor, the audience is much more receptive to your message and will learn much more from it. And the third reason to use humor is because it's an icebreaker. It cuts through the tension and the boredom. If you're discussing a difficult, divisive issue, people will create barriers to protect themselves, and humor will cut through these barriers. People will open up, be more engaged, be more receptive to what you're saying. Let's explore 3 ways to inject humor into your presentation. The first way to inject humor into your presentation is through exaggeration. You take an ordinary situation and you blow it out. Let's take an example. You may say, my morning coffee is so strong that it's on the list of banned doping substances. Or the day is so humid and hot that chickens are laying hard-boiled eggs and a tourist wants to take a picture of it, but his camera melts. Another way to inject humor into your presentation is by saying the opposite of what people expect you to say. You've just explained a new process with many complicated new steps. Your audience is struggling to grasp and understand this new process. And you say, I know what you're thinking. It's going to be so easy to implement. Or another situation. You're moving on to the next slide and there's a big error on the slide. And the audience expects you to apologize. But instead, you say, that was intentional. At least some of you are following and paying attention. I'm glad to say that a few of you in the second row have noticed this blunder. Another way to inject humor into your presentation is through comparison and analogies. You highlight a behavior or situation that is absurd and compare it to something completely different but equally over the top. For example, you may say, becoming an adult is like a software upgrade. When you thought you had figured it all out and there's no more, there's a new problem nobody told you about. Or arguing on social media is like playing chess with a pigeon. No matter what, the bird will knock over the pieces, poo on the board, and strut around as if it had won. We've seen 3 reasons to use humor. To break the ice, for connection, for memorability, and 3 techniques that you can use to inject humor into your presentation. Exaggeration, saying the opposite of what people expect, and use comparison or analogies. And you didn't even need to be a comedian or tell a joke. It's about making people comfortable, receptive, engage with your message, and enjoy it at the same time.